What up, y'all?
Hey. How's everybody? How you doing, baby?
I'm straight. How you doing?
Well, you know, you were just trying to pick on me earlier today. So, I guess I'm all right.
Starting beef already.
Oh,
She just got on here.
Never.
She got on here. She started. Y'all see this?
I'm not.
Yes, she is.
I don't want to smoke. Oh, Lord. OCD. Here you go.
Shut your mouth.
Y'all better come on in here. We missed y'all. Please forgive us for not being here last week. Mr. Jones was parlaying with Mr. Travis Hunter, so he wasn't here for it, and I chose to go to Little Rock and see my family. Happy birthday again, Mama. I'm sure she always comes back and watch. So happy birthday again, Mama and Mama Joe. Yes, my father married two different women with the same birthday.
Smart pimping.
That is neither here nor there. So that's what was going on last weekend. So unfortunately, we were not here with you guys, but we did miss you. And, you know, we got a lot of good things to talk about. Last time we asked you guys that we were live, we asked you guys to send us in some questions, and you did. We got several questions. We're just going to give the first name, so we'll go through several of these and answer them.
You sure you want to tell the names?
Okay, we don't have to give a name.
Nah.
We won't give your names.
She trying to throw y'all under the bus.
I will not throw you under the bus. But we're going to be answering these questions today. And if you guys have questions as we're going through this, or you have a comment, you think you can give some good guidance to some of the things, because we don't know everything. So you might have something to share.
I know it all.
Oh, you a mess. You
All
a
right.
mess.
So we're not going to tell the names. What's up?
You talk to him for a minute. I need to go get a book.
Okay.
I forgot him. My bad. Go ahead, talk
So
to
she
the
gonna leave me by my lonesome.
Talk to the people.
So last weekend was real cool. Although we wasn't here with y'all, man, it was exciting to go to New York and really see some of the way to get down for the Heisman ceremony. That was really, really impressive. Congratulations again to Travis Hunter. Well-deserved accomplishments, man. So that young man, man, I thought he was bigger than that, and he's not. But to be presented the Heisman, man, that's an amazing feat. So kudos to that gentleman. All right, she's back.
I'm back. And you know what else I forgot to mention? We had a great time. Shout out to everybody who came to NAMM this past Wednesday.
Yeah, Soundtracks of Love.
Yes. We had so many singles in there, a few coupled people in there. We played some games. We listened to really good music. We thought about how music can impact relationships. So
Shout
that
out
was
to
a
Jamal.
whole...
Jamal came through.
Yeah, Jamal came
Good
through.
looking out, man.
Hey, Jeff. Happy birthday to your baby again. But
Yeah,
it was
Jay.
so much fun. And we will be doing another event in January for singles and couples, just so you guys can experience a date night. You know, definitely for those folks who are looking to find somebody to date, you should come and you should definitely be engaged.
I think it's more, you know, don't come necessarily looking for a date, or would you say look for a date? 'Cause it was so much information. Like, it was just open dialogue. The games were fun. It was just more interaction, you know, where people are actually getting to know each other by having fun.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you see people, you know, in their natural fun element, you know? And so if you get a date out of it, that's the goal. But I think just sharing that energy was real dope.
Yeah.
You know? And people being able to be authentic. We had one brother tell him straight up, I ain't here for no relationship. I ain't in town for long. I'm going to support you. I'm going to give you what I think you need. And you tell me about your dreams. I'm going to shed a little mail on you.
But
And
then I'm out.
You know?
Oh, he did.
It was straight up, you know?
But man, kudos to him for being honest, telling the
man,
truth, you know, telling it like a T.I. is.
Yeah, I ain't here for a long time, but we can have a good time and I can make it prosperous for you. You know?
Right.
So I can appreciate that.
Right.
Yeah.
And shout out to Layla with Just Play, who brought some amazing games to
Leah.
I'm sorry.
Leah Avery.
Yeah.
Yes.
Sorry, Leah.
Look how she did you.
I know, but I charge it to my mind and not my heart. But it was a really good time. So I encourage you guys to make sure you stay in tune on Love Jones on our Facebook, Instagram, both our Facebook pages and our Instagram page.
Doing better on Instagram coming up, man.
We are.
You gotta forgive us. We that Facebook era.
We're a Facebook generation people. And then also on TikTok. So we'll be sending some information to you guys also on TikTok.
Right.
But you can always find out what events are going on if you go to our website at www.lovejonescoaching.com. Now,
True.
let's get into it. You want to take the first question?
Yeah, man.
All
I'll
right.
get to it. Hey, so I've been dating this guy for a few months, but sometimes I feel like we're just vibing as friends. What's up? Is that normal? So I'll give you the first jab at it.
Okay. So
You got a 2-minute minimum. You know, you be I better
I'm
run
going,
on sentence.
No,
You be
I'm
going in.
fast today.
All right.
So if you've been dating this guy for a long time or for a few months, do you feel like you vibing as friends? Do you only want to vibe as friends? I think that's the first question. Is that all you want? If you want something more than just a friendship, then don't get stuck in that friend zone.
Right.
You need to stay. After a few months, it's time for you to state your intentions. I would say.
Right.
You know, we're not talking about a week.
Right. Yeah. I mean,
I quit talking now. There
I'm
you go.
hey, man. She had the stopwatch on. She ran a 40. So I'm like this. Maybe the hit wasn't good. Something might not be right if somebody's keeping you in the friend zone, or it seems like you're in the friend zone. Then you got to think, is that necessarily bad? Because I think building that friendship camaraderie first is an important piece to the relationship, you know? So I think you got to ask real questions. You know, where are we and what's the plan from here? You know, are we in line? Are we synced and moving in the same direction? You
Right.
know? So I think you're right about that. So I think it's time for big time questions. You know, it's just time for questions. And yes, I think it's normal if you haven't posed the questions just yet.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's normal.
My question, you know, of course, I got more questions.
Yeah.
Because one of the questions I have for her is, number one, how did it start? Did they start off as friends? And then they just started kind of hanging out more and more and more, and so they haven't been able to make it out of the friend zone? Or did they meet and then they fell into this kind of friend zone place?
Right.
But in either one of those scenarios, I always feel like you should just talk and say what it is you want. I think that people tend to be afraid to say, hey, I like you more than friends.
Yeah.
And because they don't want the rejection.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes you fall in place where you belong. You know what I mean? Sometimes you may have been interested, or one of you or both of you may have been interested this way. You know, this could be a case where they've been knowing each other for a while, and then somebody finally said something about, yo, you know, let's hang out, right? But maybe you've fallen into that zone because that's where you fit in the puzzle. True. You know?
True.
So I don't think that's always a bad thing, and if you recognize it, sometimes it's just best to stay there instead of trying to force a square peg in a circle. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The other thing I would say is she asked if that's normal, and I would like to go on record saying there is no normal in a relationship. Your relationship and the types of things that happen in your relationships are yours.
Yeah.
You know, it sometimes will put people in this place where they don't want to be as forthcoming because they think what they're wanting is abnormal.
Right.
So take normal out of your conversation altogether.
I think you're absolutely right. So no, stop with what's normal and what's not normal. Start asking the big questions and get down to the base of it all. You know, say shit. Where are we? Where are we going? What do you want to do? Was the sex good? You know, she might think she more fire than she is. You know what I'm saying? I was just playing, y'all, but not for real. Check on that.
Right. Check. Both of them need to
Check on
check.
that.
They said
Hey, mama.
dating. So, hey, mom. All right. You want me to do the next one? Okay. So here's the question. Okay, so my girl wants to spice things up in the bedroom, but I'm a little nervous. How do I even start that without doing too much or being awkward? I'm gonna let you go with that one.
But what you want to do is go to Love Jones Coaching and go to the special request box and say you're requesting my dungeon. Okay? can help you out there. All right. No, I think it's cool that she is wanting to be more adventurous. So that's kudos to you for making her feel comfortable to even want to explore more. You know, so take the credit where it's due. You know, you got your person saying, ooh, what's next? Or can we increase? Or can we add? You know, shoot, man, that's a level of confidence most people won't ever get to. So I think where you want to start is by asking questions again. What is Spice Up to you? You know what I mean? Like, what are some of the things that you're wanting to do? You know, without being too vulgar, you know, what kind of play is that? You know, is it role playing? You know, is it some type of bondage? Is it, you know, a little BDSM? You know, it may be something as simple as, you know, I want you to be more aggressive with me, more abrasive, spanking, you know, talking during the process. It could go any way, you know. So now it's time to ask those important questions. You know, what does this look like for you? And with you saying that you're not trying to make it awkward, man, that alleviates a whole lot of awkward situations by going in with the questions first.
Yeah.
You know.
I completely agree. Completely agree. I think I don't want you to start anything before you start a conversation.
Right.
Because it will be awkward if you try to do something that you've determined in your mind is spicing it up.
Right.
And it's not. That's not at all what she had in mind. I don't know where you guys are right now in your relationship either. And there's levels to this, young boy, you know? So
somebody get hurt.
Right. It could be that her spice up means change the position.
Bite her a little bit.
You know what I mean? I mean, it could be something very, very, let's do it in another place of the house.
Right,
You know?
right.
It could be any number of things. So the best thing I would say is have a conversation about it, start there. And when you're asking her a question, don't make it such a big deal about asking it. So, because you don't want the conversation to be awkward either. So to me, I think maybe just starting it off by saying, hey, honey, listen, I heard you loud and clear. You want to spice things up a little bit? Tell me more.
Right.
What did you have in mind?
Oh, tell me more.
Oh, tell me more.
Yeah, I mean, you're spot on with that, man. Well, you know, if you want to stretch it out a little bit, you got some ideas. Don't be afraid to, you know, put it out there. You know,
That's good.
Yeah,
babe.
I mean, start it out. You know, maybe she's asking because she wants to know how adventurous you are. Pull that whip out. Pull that flogger out. Pull them vampire gloves out. You know, and you know, just throw it on the table and see how she reacts. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with reaction. Reaction tells you a whole lot. You know,
it is nothing
it
wrong
answers
with
some
it.
questions. So, you know, I think without it being awkward, you can make it very fun because it is an interesting reaction when you do throw things on the table and they're like, oh. Or they start touching it. Oh. So you're getting your answers right there, right? So be adventurous, be fun, like Baby said. You know, don't make it awkward. Make it a really, really fun experience for both of you guys. And then with saying that, you know, I think you open up so many opportunities to learn. You know, and being that you've already created a safe space for her to even say it, you know, really go deep into it, you know? If you're curious of what does it take to get you all the way there, you know, or what is all the way there, or ask questions. Well, have you even been all the way there? You know, it's a great time to be vulnerable, man. And it's a fun time that both of you guys can explore. And I think it's very important that you start that conversation out right, lighthearted and very fun and very open.
Oh, and that's good, babe. The other thing I would say, just a quick thing, is when she says what she means to spice it up, be mindful of your face. You know, I always say that. Be mindful of your face and be mindful of your reaction.
Yeah, you damn right.
Because she might come out with something you were not necessarily prepared
She step
for.
out that closet with something hanging and you ain't ready for the
Right,
pegging.
you might not be ready for that.
Hey,
And so I just
don't
want
throw them
you
hands
to,
up. Hey,
whoa. No, don't do that. Don't do that. You're gonna say,
whoa.
No.
Oh, my bad. Oh. Oh.
No,
Tell me more.
No. You gotta say it the right way. You gotta say, oh, and tell me more. And give yourself some time to process it. If it's something that you truly feel like, I don't know about this. This is not something I want to do. And I also would just say, you ain't got to do nothing you don't want to do.
No,
Consent is the main thing.
It is, and don't be afraid to be adventurous. Whatever that level is to you. We just had someone give us a report not long ago talking about her and their significant other. Being able to really be expressive with one another. You got to understand that you are that person's safe. Mm-hmm. So the information that's given to you, that is for you and you alone. Mm-hmm. And lock that information up, because now you're their guardian of their privacy. Mm-hmm. You're the guardian of them being vulnerable with you. You know what I'm saying? So take delight in understanding and take honor in that. That man, they felt safe enough to share this very personal information with me. Mm-hmm. So make sure that we're very careful with taking care of information that way.
Yeah. It's on you, baby.
It's on me?
Yep.
All right. Now I am gonna say the gender. So the first was a young lady. The second was a young man. Now we're back to a young lady. We kind of staggered it for you guys. Yo, what's the deal with ghosting? I mean, is it a thing people actually do, or is it just a lame excuse to avoid talking?
You go first. You answer
Nah,
first.
you go first.
No.
I got to rest on it. I got to rest on it a little bit. So you go first on this.
Okay. I hate ghosting. Ghosting is such a sucker move. I hate it. It is such a sucker move. Because in my mind, you can send a text. Like, you don't have to.
But texting is a sucker move.
It is. All of it is a sucker move. In my mind, if you want to quit somebody or you're not interested, you should be able to have a conversation and say, listen, what we want isn't the same. And I wish you the best. I don't want to waste your time. I want you to go out here and find somebody that is giving you what you need. It's not me.
Right.
But people are suckers and they don't want to do it. They suckers. If you out here ghosting, you a sucker, man. You a sucker. I hate it. Unless there's always a caveat.
I was about to say.
You are dealing with a psychopath. And if you are, ghosting is the way.
Yeah, man.
Just block.
Merge slowly into the other lane until
like,
you're no longer
back
in
up like
visibility. Yeah, man. So back up out of there.
Slowly.
Yeah. No, so that was the direction I was going in. We always want to say ghosting is a sucker move, right? Just going dark. You know what I mean? But if there's a critical case where somebody is, I find you. Run. You know what I'm saying? Run. Get up out of there as fast as you can, change your number.
Right.
Hopefully you didn't give them your real government name to begin with, because they are going to find you.
Ooh,
okay?
I hope you didn't take them to your house.
That part. But yeah, I think paying attention to the signs early is very important.
Yeah.
We know when we've got ourselves into a situation where this person's showing us signs of not being forthcoming, not being, authentic, and ghosting didn't just happen overnight. If they're not texting you, they're not calling you, and you're doing all the calling and all that, you see it coming, right? So let's not act like the ghosting was just out of nowhere a lot of the times. Now, if that happens, go to the drawing board with yourself. Ask, what did I do? And make sure you cover those bases, because you might not have done nothing.
Right.
Did you think that they might be in jail or in trouble or something may be going on with them that you just didn't know? What if they had... What if they've been kidnapped or an accident? Let's stop jumping to conclusions all the time. Because what happens if that person wakes up from a coma 6 months later and then show back up? And you're like, hey, you ghosted me.
And he be like, we go together.
We still go together. I was just asleep. Right? So, I think we got to check some blocks, make sure we're covering all the bases, asking the right questions. It may not just be ghosting, right? Or if it is ghosting, come with a reason for that, But I still think if it is a matter of you just breaking up or not being interested anymore, I believe in the old school ways. Be a man, be a woman, talk about it. Yes, it may be a tender heart left after the situation is over. Somebody may be disgruntled,
right?
But at least you did it the right way,
right.
And said what was necessary to be said.
You know, when you were talking about that, babe, just now, it reminded me of a couple of weeks ago when we talked about quiet quitting.
Yeah, man.
You know, and you were saying just now, you know, if you the only person that's calling, you're the
Yeah.
only person that's texting, you're the only person that's trying to make an effort in that relationship, it's a good chance they are quiet quitting on their way to ghosting.
And they waiting for your clock to expire
Right.
to quit.
Hey, Irma Jean.
Hey, James, what's up, man?
Hey, Taryn. And so, you know, it's really important that, to me, you are present and aware of what's going on.
Yeah.
And then also, to your point, it may not be anything that you've done.
Nah.
It could truly be they just not ready, that they met somebody else. Like, I mean, I hate to say it that way, but it's possible that they
And we don't
moved
know
on.
how long, you know what I'm
Right.
saying, this situation was.
No,
you know,
we
what
don't.
was the ghosting? Was it a week, 2
Right.
weeks, 3 months, you know? And, that throws a high level of concern, understanding how long it's been,
Yeah.
that you've been dating. Or was it even dating? Or did you just hang out a couple of times?
Right, because you know how we talk about how quick we can go together.
And people create their own stories in their head.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. The only
Black people do go together real fast.
We go together real fast. You know, I don't want a person.
I went with you. You probably didn't even know it.
I knew you wanted to go. With
You
me.
knew we were going together?
I did. I wanted to go with you.
Shoot, we went together then.
We did. We went together. The other thing I don't want, and I'm thinking this probably men might go through this as well, but I'm talking to women specifically when I say this. Do not take yourself through changes trying to figure out the why.
Ooh.
Don't. Because a lot of times we will, if somebody does ghost us, we are trying to put together the pieces, man. We were talking, we were vibing, it was good. I don't
Right.
understand what happened. And we can spend a lot of time
In that
rabbit hole trying to figure out the why. The why doesn't matter, the what does.
Yeah.
The what means he left, he's
Or
gone,
she's
she's
gone,
gone, whoever. They have moved on and you need to move on. So don't wallow in that for a long time, because the closure, because people want closure all the time. The closure is when they didn't answer the phone. That's your closure.
Right.
So whether you did something or they did something,
Right.
it's over.
And don't put your cards out there, man.
Yeah.
Even if you see them afterwards, don't speak to them.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey.
Preferably
Good
with a
see.
good looking man like what I got to be like, so it sucks to be you.
You wild. Nah, man, be cordial. Don't ever
Yeah.
show your cards. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
Hold your
True
face
indeed.
together. So if you see him out, and hey, girl.
Right.
And that hand says hi and bye.
Bye and move.
Push him back.
Get back.
Hey.
Hey. Stay right there.
Hold your face together. All right. What
All
we
right.
got? This
So,
is another gentleman.
This is a man, and he says, so I've got a crush, but I'm pretty sure they're into someone else. Should I just give up or throw my hat in the ring anyway? So his crush, he says he's pretty sure, but he doesn't know. And he says that they're into someone else, but it doesn't say they're dating someone else. So should he give up or throw his hat in the ring anyway? That's a good one. I'm going to let you take that one.
Well, it sounds like he knows something about her, or they may have some form of relationship
Okay.
already. Like,
Okay.
he knows a lot, kind of. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure they're into someone else. Well, how? How are you that
It's giving
sure?
work relationship.
Right, that's what I'm getting out of it, right? I got a crush.
Right.
Meaning you've been buying breakfast or paying for it, you know,
Right.
when they go on a breakfast run or something. You know what I'm saying? And this guy gives me concern because he sounds like he might throw some shade on the other dude. You know what I'm saying? To get to where he's trying to go. But anyway, all right, let me get into it.
Get into it,
So,
baby.
if you got a crush, but you know she's into somebody else, first ask yourself, has she shown any sign to show me any interest to begin with? Right?
Well, that's a good question. You
And
question
then,
this shit.
right,
Think about
because
it.
if she into this dude, and this dude look like Shamar Moore,
Right.
and you look like Bill Duke, I mean,
That's like phase, man. You gonna get in trouble.
I'm sorry, Auntie, but he ugly. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have me some fun. So, I mean, and so I think you gotta kind of level yourself up, right?
Right.
Not to say that you aren't qualified or worthy, none of that, no shade there. But, you know, again, have you even made an attempt? And what was your attempt, right? And if it's that much of an itch for you to scratch, men, we're used to rejection. We've been rejected for a long time. All right? So this ain't nothing new. If she says, yo, that is so sweet of you. But I like Shamar, Bill. You know what I'm saying? And that could be the other thing. Well, I didn't even know you were interested. Right? So somebody's got to take the leap of faith. And you're already feeling that way, man. I'm just going to say go for it. You know what I mean? Because you never know what the outcome is. And she ain't got no ring on her finger. Hopefully. Right? Take the chance. Don't be so tender dick. You know what I'm saying? Go in there courageous. You know, build your chest up. Press your shirt out that day before you go to work. You know what I mean? Shoot your shot.
I agree. I don't know if I agree for the same exact reasons, but for most of the reasons I do. I think that if you have a crush on somebody, you should say something.
Yes.
The only time you shouldn't is because I'm telling you, this is giving me such work vibes.
And he look like Bill Duke.
I don't know what if he doesn't look like Bill Duke? What if he looks like that dude I was telling you today?
You look like the king back here. You got 50-50.
Yeah, like you gotta. Let's take looks off the table for 1 second. Just for 1 second. Okay. Because this part.
Ask my mama, if he ugly.
She ain't going. Eloise ain't going. But she is not going. But if this is a subordinate kind of situation. Yeah. You know, you didn't say this is somebody you work with.
I wish he would have said it.
I wish he does because it's really giving work. Yeah. But, and maybe I say that because this is somebody you see. Or you give me that idea that you see and off. It could be somebody in school.
Or he could be a stalker.
It could be any of those things. I hope not. I hope that our viewers are not stalkers.
Don't be that guy.
Don't be that guy. But if it is okay for you to date her, like there's no reason why you can't date her other than the fact that you think there may be someone else, I would encourage you to say something to her and just ask her about the someone else. I would say, hey, you seeing anybody?
Period. And you know what?
And if she is,
so what, man?
But this is the thing. Speaking as a woman, if she's seeing somebody, but she feels like, oh, I didn't know you might like me.
Right.
She might be like, I mean, we got something. You know what I mean? It ain't nothing serious. We just.
Shamar may not be.
Right. And so you got your window, right?
Yeah.
Or she'll say, no, we're getting ready to be married engaged or whatever, and I'm not interested. But that way, But that way, you know, right? You kind of know where you stand, and you know if she's interested. Also, take the no. Take the no.
Man, we've been taking no.
But no, babe, no. Some people don't take the no. And I really want the men to take the no. With that. You know what I mean?
Take the no and ride on out.
And ride on out. Okay. So if you shoot your shot and she's like, you know what, I'm super flattered, but I'm not interested, and I don't want to upset the relationship.
We're buying Waffle House, bro.
Right. She ain't into that. And so it's important in those times that you just take the no. Right. Like listen to her and move on.
Take it like a man.
Exactly. Now, if she circle back around at some point and says to you, you know what, I actually am interested, there's your chance. Right. But it can be scary for women sometimes when men don't take the no. You know what I mean? When they just keep on and they're relentless. Right. So don't be that guy.
You know, I would like to flip this.
Okay.
Because I know we just had our event Wednesday, which was really, really great. Man, if y'all didn't attend, please look forward to attending the next time. It is a very cool event, man. We have great fun and interaction. Yeah. So, but what we did learn is women are afraid to make the first move.
They are.
Right? Women are afraid after even catching eyes with somebody across the way, right? And you lock eyes, you know that there's interest there. And you still wait on that brother to walk all the way across the yard. Stop being so afraid of rejection, right? It's just rejection. It's not gonna kill nobody, right? It just meant no or not right now, right. So this right here is also something for the both of us, gender-wise. You know, if you got a crush, if if you're interested, shoot your shot, man.
Yes,
Whether
shoot your
you're a
shot.
man or a woman, shoot your shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might sting a little bit,
Right.
but you live to fight another day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
James had a good comment. He said women are good with that soft no, though.
Yeah. James, I might want you to elaborate a little bit more on that, because the soft no, women letting you down easy.
Well, I'm going to tell you, James, that soft no is still a no. And a lot of times people let you down easy because they don't know what your reaction is going to be if they say no, right?
I agree. Yeah.
And that's for either gender, you know, because a woman will clown a man just like a man can clown a woman.
Yeah.
So sometimes it's like, oh, you know what? I'm so thank you. But
And she
no.
pat you on your back.
Right. You like, yeah, no.
That's
And you,
because you look like Bill Duke.
Well, no, you just don't want the, you don't want all of that.
Right.
So
Now she hit you with the hell now.
right, because a
It's a whole
woman,
different situation, right?
So please know that soft no is still a no. If it's a no, it's a no.
And it's a cordial no. It was a really appropriate no.
Right.
You know, and you know, their flattery is still good, but you know, they may be more into that other person than you thought they were.
Right. Right.
So, keep it moving.
All right, I'm gonna go down here to this person.
All right. Is it me?
No, it's me.
Okay.
I skipped one because I didn't.
No, it was me.
No, you did. Oh, okay.
You sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. This is a guy asking the question, how do I handle it when my partner and I have totally different ideas about what a date night looks like?
Oh, you skipped.
I know, I just said
my
that.
fault. All right, I'm all off the chart here. All right, let's start over. Hit that
Okay,
again. Why'd
hit
you
it
skip
again.
it again?
Okay, baby, I'll go to this one.
Okay.
I keep hearing about love languages. What's that all about? Do I need to figure out mine? Do I need to figure mine out to make my relationship work?
You damn right. What makes you happy? How do you like to be loved? Right? Nobody can read your mind. We can read your body language, but we still got to understand a lot about you to even do that, right? So, yes, it's important for you to know the ways that you like to be loved, the ways that you expect for somebody to continue to come through for you, to make you feel wanted and needed, all the things, right? So, if you don't know, how can we know?
Right.
Right? Going into it blindly, right? So it's very, very, very important to have some kind of idea of the things that you do like for someone to do for you, right? And stop leaving it to them to create their own lanes, because a lot of times we're going to keep going down the wrong road. I might be buying you flowers and you don't like the smell. What Andre say? Roses really smell like boo ooh, ooh. Yeah. I don't want to keep buying you roses if that's not what you want, right? You know, if you want to go horseback riding, I ain't never know that, you know? So put it out there.
Right.
So it's important. It's very important to understand yourself.
It is. The reason why I skipped it, is because love languages, that conversation can frustrate me. Because a lot of times people have several. And the love languages is an idea and a principle, but it's very like constructed. You know what I mean? It's not a lot of wiggle room in there. And when I talk about love languages, some people are like, "Well, I want you to." I want you to touch me, love me, buy me things. I want all of the things.
Which
so
is
what
what
is
some
my
women
love?
say the other day that they don't like that at all.
They don't like that at all.
Right.
And so instead of you focusing on what your love language is, because I think that depending on the day, people's love languages shift. Because there may be a day that you need something that you wouldn't have needed another day. You know what I mean? Even the person that says, "Oh, I don't like affection." If something traumatic happened, you want a hug. You know what I mean? So instead of asking that question, I would recommend saying, how do I need to show up for you? And how, for you to believe that I love you, what does it look like? When I show up for you, how do you receive that?
Right.
How can you tell that I'm giving you love? Right?
Yeah.
Because, you know, one thing that people say when they break up a lot of times is, you won't never find nobody that love you like I did. And I'd be like, I don't want nobody to love me like you did.
I don't want that no more.
No, that wasn't what I needed. That was not what I needed. And so I think it's important to have those conversations,
Right.
but instead of putting it in these, in the construct of, acts of service, words of affirmation and all of those things that you might need a couple of those depending on the day, really get to know you well enough to explain you to your person.
Right. That may be a tall order. I don't think a lot of people have actually examined themselves that thoroughly to even understand that part.
They need to though.
Absolutely. And thus we have a lot of things that people don't want that continue to happen, right? And you find yourself going through the same monotony over and over and over with different relationships, right? Now, if I haven't thoroughly explained or understood myself, then I think that's the first step. And I think a lot of that needs therapy to even help self-correct and guide you through a lot of those things, right? Because we're just fundamentally not there mentally a lot of times, So, yes, I think understanding a lot about yourself first to be able to be expressive, to let people know what you want, but like she said, it can be different from day to day. But what's the most consistent things that does it for you?
Right.
What are those things that you know that you like?
And I think that's the things that you can tell your person. One thing that you do really, 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 really well, you speak very, very highly of me all the time. And I do that for you too.
Right.
You also get me gifts for no reason because it's Tuesday. You do that really well. But I had to ask you, baby, do you like gifts? Because sometimes when I give you gifts, you like, thank you, baby. That's so sweet. Other times I can give you a gift and you would say, why do you do that? And so I had to ask the question. And your answer wasn't that clarifying. You said sometimes. Sometimes I like gifts. But what I do know that you love consistently is peace.
Yeah.
You love peace when you come home.
That's the
and
gift.
you love cleaning.
Yeah, those
if the house is clean,
yeah, man.
that's your love language.
So
Order.
Yeah, right. So the physical gifts to me is extra. Right? Those consistent things where that peaceful household, that loving environment, man, that supersedes any pair of Jordans, any bracelet, you know what I'm saying? Like those things are meaningful at that point, So definitely, thank you for knowing that about me, bro.
Yeah, well, and watching your person, getting to know your person really well, understanding and paying attention, can help you start putting that stuff together. I can tell your energy when you walk in the house and it's clean.
Absolutely.
I can tell your energy when you walk in the house and there's dishes in the sink.
Them damn kids.
But I do know the difference.
Yes.
Right? And so I pay attention to that. I know we're both very affectionate, so that's both of ours. So for that person, for her, I would definitely say get to know you as best you can and get to know your person as best you can. And then ask those clarifying questions. Clarifying questions.
James, that's so on point. Peace is an act of service. Peace is not passive. It requires action. That is so true, man.
Yep.
Thank you for that expression.
Yeah.
All right, we got another gentleman here. Go ahead, babe. You were waiting on this.
How do I handle it when my partner and I have totally different ideas about what a date night should look like? Like, I'm down for Netflix and chill, but she wants a fancy dinner.
Yeah. I think your problem is a little bit simpler than you're thinking. Take turns, man.
That's a quick answer.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That actually brings balance. You're not doing the same thing where she wants to Netflix and chill. Well, getting her out on your turn for the date night, maybe she'll experience things she's like, yo, this ain't so bad. I still like the Netflix and chill.
Right.
You know what I mean? Shit, that's me. I'm old. Netflix and chilling, sign me up. Right. I mean, if I ain't gotta go nowhere, I'm good. Like, we have a very, very busy lifestyle.
Yes.
Right?
Truly.
From meetings to events to whatever it is, like Netflix and then chilling, like, dude, that's my kind of party. But to say when you get old, the house is the new club.
Right.
I'm there.
Right.
So no, I think taking turns, because that sounds actually fun, man. Somebody wanted Netflix and chill, and then I love taking to Bourbon Steak. You know, shout out to the couple we just went to Bourbon Steak with. You know, we had a great time there.
Yeah.
You know, but we love to eat. We love Bourbon
We're
Steak.
foodies,
That is
yeah.
our joint. You know what I mean? A great steak. You know, great environment. That brings a whole nother refreshment. You know, to your week or your month,
Yeah.
whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
You know, you let your hair down. So that's
Right.
important to get out of the house. You know, and instead of just fancy dinners, add something else to it. That could
what
be
I
a
was gonna
fancy
say.
dinner, and then after that, you're still Netflixing and chilling. You know what I mean? So it's just a very good idea for you guys to fluctuate that balance. Take turns on that. That would be what I would tell you to do.
Absolutely. Now, I try not to count anybody's pockets. So I don't know if the reason why you prefer Netflix and chill, because the guy said he prefers Netflix and chill. So,
Oh, he cheap as hell.
so I don't know if that's why you
Well,
prefer. Hey, don't say he's cheap. I ain't counting nobody's
We're
pockets.
playing, man.
It's
Take a woman out.
expensive out here in this city.
You know, it is.
It's really
And you know what?
expensive.
But think about it. If she likes a fancy dinner, why don't we prepare one for her?
That's what I was about to say. I was
Okay,
about
now,
to say.
I'm going to digress. Go and get them, baby.
Well, if the money is the reason, but she loves a fancy dinner, man, figure
Hook it
out a
up.
way to plan one. Call one of your boys that's a
Call
chef.
New War. Tell them you need the cheat code.
Right.
They're going to make it look like you did it.
Exactly,
boys
exactly.
over there.
Yeah, like you can give a fancy dinner without it really costing you a whole lot. And
Yeah.
fancy is relative, right?
Yes.
I remember I thought at one point for sure that Red Lobster was pretty fancy when I was like in high school, because that's all the
I'm about to
fanciness
say,
we
girl, I hope
had.
this wasn't after college.
No, it was in high school.
Okay, that is fancy for high school.
Yes, it's fancy, but I don't know
Shoot.
how old they are. I don't have enough information.
Well, for him
So,
to jot this down, they owe.
that well, our listeners tend to be, but what I will say,
I ain't call y'all old. My wife called y'all
I'm old,
old.
so I just figured they like our age. But
I know
anyway,
LaSalle is.
Hey, LaSalle.
What's up, bro?
One thing that I would say though is, man, you hit the nail on the head. Don't just do Netflix and
Nah.
chill, or just do fancy dinners.
Mix it
If
up.
you are in Nashville, for example, which a lot of you guys are that's
Mm-hmm.
watching this, it is so much to do in this city. So much to do in this city.
Endless.
I mean, endless activities. Some things are expensive. Some things don't cost a lot at all. Like that arcade that we went to. That
right.
play games, go skating. Like
Oh my God, we went skating.
oh my God, it was so
Dog,
much fun.
I forgot how cool it was.
Who we still can't skate backwards, but it was so
It was
much
still
fun.
fun.
It was fun, and I think sometimes people overthink it. Look on
Black people
making
making moves.
moves. Look on Social Black Nashville.
Right.
Look on events. You don't even have
Right.
to go put a race in there. Just put events
Right.
near me, and it'll show you a whole lot of things that are going on in your city that you and your person can go out and
Right.
do those things. So I would definitely say mix it up a little bit, because to the previous caller's question about things kind of getting old and wanting to spice it up, the quickest way things can get dull, especially in a lengthy relationship, is if you fall into this deep routine where you're just doing the same things over and over
right.
again. So mix it up as much
You know,
as
I'm
you
glad
can.
you said that. That goes back to that spicing it up, man. Mm-hmm. It's important
Yeah.
to mix it up, and you know, in every aspect. You know, from date night to sex night, all the night.
All
you know
the
what I'm saying?
nights,
Like,
yeah.
keep it mixed.
Right.
All right, so we got another young
Whoop.
lady here. All
Look, it's a good time.
All right. What's the best way to keep the spark alive when you've been dating for a while?
It says
When you've
together.
been together for a while. I'm sorry. I feel like we're getting a bit too comfortable, you know?
Okay, you want me to start?
Yes.
Listen,
What up, cuz? Jamar? I see you.
I like being comfortable. Let me just say that. I like the comfort and the safety in knowing that you're here with me. But it is very easy to fall into a routine if you are not intentional. And that has been my husband's word all year long. Intentional, intentional, intentional. And so to me, I would tell you the best way to keep the spark alive is to be intentional about keeping it alive.
Right.
Like always. We plan so much stuff. Like if you have children like we do, I have a whole calendar over here of activities that's going on. So we know that we have to do this, we have to do that. And then sometimes we have to pull an audible because we are blended families, and so
Omaha.
right. So one parent might have got information the other parent didn't get, you know, and so we have to be able to pivot pretty quick.
Right.
But we figure out a way to always show up for our kids that way.
Right.
Sometimes we don't show up for our person that way. So what I would tell you is to make sure you keep it as fun for your person as you do for your kids.
Right. I'm gonna throw this in there. Get them kids out the house sometimes, right? I don't care if you gotta hire a nanny for a weekend, send them to your in-laws, send them to your sister, send them to your brother. If you got some friends, tell your friends I need y'all, right? You need to walk around your house naked sometimes. Get them kids up out of there. Y'all need that respite, right? I mean, I think we forget how therapeutic it is to have that alone time with each other with no noise, right?
Yeah.
We understand the rigorous weeks, right? From dance to ball practice to your own schedule, meetings, so on and so forth, right? But you got to bring that hard stop to keep that spark. And we don't take advantage of some of the small things that we can do to add to that spark.
Yeah.
That call.
Yeah.
That text, send something nasty, let her know she's still that. Like, send him something, girl. Pop that titty out and take a picture, send it to him. You know what I mean? We got to keep that spark going.
Right.
You know, we got to do the extra work, right? Because that's still your person.
Right.
And if you ain't showing up for your person, then man, you know, you go in that bathroom, shoot me a little something, send it to me. Because as soon as them kids go down,
right.
it's Mr. Nasty
time.
All right. So, you know, we got to do what we can, right, to increase our awareness on what that spark should look like for us.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because we look forward to our babies, but we also look forward when them babies ain't here because this the first baby, right?
Yeah.
Right. This the one that's got to be taken care of. Let's not lose sight of that. Your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, that's got to have a first place on the list of things to make sure that are taken care of, right? And it has to be that way, right? Because after those kids are gone,
it's just
who's
me
left?
and you.
Right.
Ooh,
So if you didn't create that energy throughout that process, throughout those stages of life, when it's just both of y'all, you back to COVID. It's boring as hell. Y'all don't know what to do with each other.
We have a really, really good question, and I do feel like it deserved to be answered.
Let's go.
What are your thoughts about when to introduce the kids to a new love interest? What key communication points need to be?
Hold on, let me get to the bottom of it.
See more. Tell me more. Communication points need to be in place.
You want me to go first?
I mean, it's up to you. I'm happy to. Or
if you feel like it's a level, you've gotten to a level where this person is seemingly something to you or somebody to you, and you see it going further, I don't necessarily know what a time limit is. I think it's dependent on you and that person. Do I see this person as somebody that's just here for right now, or do I actually see long term? And if I see long term, that means I've probably been around them for a month, 2 months, 3 months, right? Where get them kids in front of them now before you get too invested. And then when you bring your kids around and they not vibing, or you realize this person isn't parental the way you need them to be, hey man, you can make some quick adjustments.
Right.
So I don't really think waiting on introducing kids is necessarily the right thing all the time. Now, it's sticky. I'm gonna tell you that. It's very sticky. But I need to know how this person operates. Because my kids might be a little much, right? And if they are, I need to see how you temperature gauge that.
right,
You know what I mean? How do you handle this kind of energy? And does this person have children?
right,
Right? Because if this person don't have children and now they coming into a ready-made situation, you really need to know how they're ready to handle that.
yeah,
Right?
yeah.
But if they already have kids, hell, you can make it seem like it's a play date. Right? Oh man, we're hanging out with her, they hanging out with me, we're just gonna take the kids somewhere. That's an easy way to see how things blend. You ain't got to tell them kids a damn thing. All they know, they're going to have fun.
Right.
Right. But if they have children, you have children, just go hang out.
I think there are so many variables to it.
It is.
So it's hard to just give you a hard answer. Age matters. The age of the kids matter quite a bit.
Big time.
Like, for example, if it's a play date, a kid ain't gonna know. They ain't gonna be paying attention to that. So if they're younger, it doesn't hit the same way. And the play date thing is probably pretty cool because low risk. They're not really paying attention to the adults. They're paying attention to the
other kids.
If it's an older kid, they ain't going for that. Like, they will be able to see straight through that. The other thing I would say is you don't want to be running a whole bunch of people back and forth into your house with different people. So to Corey's point, I would say you need to make sure that the person that you want to introduce your kid to is a substantial person. This is the person that you feel like you're going to be with.
Right.
Period.
You're not finna run them kids
Like,
in front of nobody.
No. It don't even need to be somebody you like hard. It needs to be somebody that you truly see as,
future. Okay,
this is my future. This is the next step. I'm not going anywhere. This is a person I want to build my life with.
Right.
I would also say, give your ex, that other parent the benefit of knowing that, right? And you need to be on the same page with that person, and you need to ask your person to be on the same page with your kids' people.
Right.
One thing that I'm very fortunate is that Corey has a great relationship with my ex-husband.
He loves me.
Right. I have a great relationship with Lotta, and we communicate a lot. You know what I mean? A whole lot. But that takes time, right? And so you have to get to a point where you can do that, but there's not a hard, fast time limit. If you are grown, you ain't dating for we did. We dated for years, but we didn't date for years because we were trying to fill it out and see if this was the person we wanted to marry. We just didn't, neither one of us wanted to get married.
We didn't
care about that. But if you're somebody who is thinking you were going to be in this long situation, then yes, go ahead and start introducing them when you know we're going to live together.
Right.
It's just me and you.
Right.
That's what I would say.
Man, and you can eliminate a lot of that early bonding by making sure you know up front if this is a real aligned partnership here. You should know, right, if this is the person that you even want around your children. Because you're right, man. You don't want to get a situation where these kids are bonded with that person bonded with these kids, and you guys aren't aligned, and now you got to break up, right? Now the kids are wandering, and now you got to introduce your kids to somebody else. You don't want that. You know what I'm saying? Be absolute.
Yeah.
And make sure this person is absolute, and have those hard conversations. What is this? Are we aligned the same? Are our future plans aligned? Do we see the world the same way? Do I see you as being somebody that helps me grow? Do I help you grow? Make sure those things are aligned, right? You'll definitely know when it's time to introduce those kids because you're now protecting everything about those kids.
I would also add, when you all are having those preliminary conversations before you all meet each other's kids, have conversations about what that looks like.
Right.
What if I'm with your kids? How should I expect them to behave with me?
Right.
And what is your temperature on how you want me to behave with them?
Right.
Right.
What's off limits?
What's off limits? If I say to little Timmy, hey, you need to sit down before you hurt yourself, do I have to worry about you saying, no, don't worry about it.
Right.
Let him do that. I don't mind him doing
don't
that.
Be talking that way.
Don't talk to my kid that way.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to tell you, if you give me that energy, out of there.
Out.
I am not fooling with no kid that you're going to always challenge my judgment on it, because now that kid doesn't respect me.
Right. And
so you need to have enough time to have a lot of conversations about what that should look like. And to Corey's point, is this a solid relationship? As solid as you think it can be.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Because of course you might think, okay, this is the one, and life get to lifing, and it turns out it's not. But you don't want to get in the habit of bringing no whole bunch of different people around your kid at all.
Right.
And I think it needs I would say a good 5-6 months. Me, I think you can wait 6 months easy just to game that thing out.
Right.
By the time you see them out of their wig, you done seen them
Right.
before they got their hair cut.
She done seen you when the water was cold.
Done seen you when the water was cold. She done seen all of that. You done seen her lashes gone.
Right.
Like y'all had a chance to have a disagreement.
Right.
You know what that looks like when
Right.
y'all have some kind of conflict that you need to resolve. You need to see all of those things
Right.
before you bring your children in, because they don't, if they don't like them, that's one thing.
Right.
But what if they love them when
Right.
y'all break up? Because
Right.
they've already had to deal with one breakup with their parents.
Absolutely.
You know, so.
You know, I think that's great advice. We have to respect these children, man. You know, and we gotta put our personal feelings aside to make sure we're protecting them the right way. You know, that means we gotta slow down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Although I would say, man, introducing them bad kids. If they run, they run.
Right.
If he dies, he dies. But we got to respect them. We got to respect those boundaries and protect their little hearts.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I think that's something important to think about. And so that means slowing down to make sure you and that person have a grip on it all. Slow it down.
Yeah.
Slow it down.
Yeah. It's 8:27. Do you think we have time for one more?
We got time for a couple more of these. Yep. Okay, let's go.
Okay. All right.
So my buddy says talking about past relationships as a no-go, but I kind of want to know, is it cool to ask about exes or should I just steer clear? You go first.
Why do you want to know? Like, that's my number one question. Like, what do you want to know for? And is it a good reason? Are you trying to figure out if I have good judgment? Are you trying to figure out how I am in other relationships? Do I have good relationships with, because that's a good question to know. Like, not specifics, but do you have good relationships with your exes?
Right.
Or do you say all of them were crazy? Because if all of them are crazy, then either you have poor judgment or you the problem. Like, something else going on.
Right.
So it kind of depends on that. But if you want to know details, I don't know why you would need to know that.
Right. I'm with you. Because I think as you mature, you don't even talk about your exes. You talk about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? I could have done things a little bit differently.
Right.
Because hindsight is always 20/20. And if you're not reflective on yourself first, then I really gotta pay attention to the signs early
Right.
of who I'm dealing with.
Right.
I believe that some information you might not want to know. And don't get into sexual conversation. You know
For
what I mean?
God's sake, don't do
Because
that.
if you tend to dick,
Look, somebody said that.
yeah,
It's a question
yeah.
somebody had.
So if you tend to dick and you ask that one question and she tell you the truth, you might not even want to be with her no more.
Right.
Because you ain't hitting something that dude was knocking out the park.
Some people can integrate a good relationship with an ex as y'all still
Messing around.
interpret a good relationship with an ex as y'all still messing around. That is very, very true, Otis.
Yes.
People do interpret it that way sometimes, and sometimes they are right.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's a lack of maturity from their own experiences
Exactly.
with their exes. I mean, and y'all gotta really talk. Y'all gotta be straight up. You know, what is this? Is that ex respecting me? Is your ex respecting her?
Right.
Respect those boundaries. Are you talking to this ex in front of him? Right?
You got to sneak off.
If you gotta hang up before you go in the house, man, hey, come on, bro. We know what it is. Hey,
Yeah.
lady, if you can't talk to your homeboy in front of me, you know, we got some serious questions,
Right.
Because clearly there's a bond you're still trying to protect,
Right.
and preserve something,
Right.
I think we saw something on Facebook scrolling through. It was an ex that had previous sexual engagement with her friend. Now they're just cool, but but they were FaceTiming while she was in the tub.
Right.
And although she was covered,
She was in the tub.
she was in the tub. I mean, first off, he done already seen your titties. Y'all been together.
Right.
So why you covering them up now? right?
Why are you FaceTiming
Why are you
my
FaceTiming
husband
in the tub?
tub?
So that's a total lack of respect for my person.
Right.
Right. And I can't even leave you holding the bag because that's my fault for allowing you to do it.
Right.
Okay. I shouldn't even be on it. As soon as I saw you in that shower, girl, go on, call me back.
Right.
Simple. Right. Avoid the catastrophe. Right. So you have to be open about your ex.
Yes.
I'm super cool with one of my exes, my wife. We could be on Instagram sharing some funny stuff. I would tell her, my wife said, you silly as all get out. Right?
Yeah.
No beef there.
No, there's no
Right?
beef there.
Because it's open, man. It's wide open. There is nothing here. There is nothing but respect here. Right? Nothing's going on behind your back. So you have to clean that up.
Right.
You know, in order for everybody to feel it okay. Because yes, it can be interpreted that y'all are still messing around. That's if you hiding things and trying to preserve something. Okay. Hold on 1 second. Y'all keep on going. Go ahead, baby.
Okay. On to the next question.
Yep.
So my boyfriend is super into cuddling, but I'm more of a solo sleeper. How do I find a happy medium without hurting his feelings? I want to answer this.
Go on here with your hot body self.
You know, I honestly don't know if you into cuddling or not. I never asked. Now that I think about
I
it.
never got the opportunity to say
Right.
no.
I never even verified that with you.
No.
But I am a cuddler.
Yes.
And I am going to sleep on your chest
Hey, bro.
every night. Hey, brother. I want to sleep on your chest every single night. But I need to move quickly because I get hot quickly. So I cuddle for a little while and then I scoot out the way. So what I would tell this person whose boyfriend is into cuddling, but they're more of a solo sleeper, give some cuddle time. And you don't have to just cuddle in bed. You can cuddle up on the couch and watch TV.
Absolutely.
You can cuddle when y'all are driving. Put your hand on his arm, you know, touch him. Hold hands when you're walking out in public. Sometimes, if you're not an affectionate person or a super affectionate person, pick your times where you feel comfortable showing affection because he will absolutely appreciate it.
Right.
I think me and Corey are both very affectionate. It would bother me not to have affection from you. But if you weren't into it, I would hope you would give me enough so I can feel appreciated.
Being that I didn't have a choice with cuddling in bed.
Are you a cuddler? I'm just curious.
Shit, I
man.
am now.
Oh, okay.
Listen, so it's a give and take, right? I know that's what she wants. We have a big old king size bed and I own this much real estate of it because she's all over in my real estate. I've accepted this. I've accepted that no matter what, she can be all up on me and next thing you know, she way over here, but her legs are still on me.
Yeah.
I've accepted this, okay? What I've also realized is that's her comfort zone, right? Is it really a problem? The answer is no. Is it hurting me at all? The answer is no. So it's not taken away from her experience or my experience. It's enhancing, right? So if I know that that's where she feels comfort, why not give it? You know what I mean?
Now you kind of got me curious, though.
Well, I mean,
are you a cuddler?
I'll say yeah because I don't ever reject it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hell, I laid on your stomach the other day.
True.
You know
Okay,
what I mean?
yeah.
So,
Okay.
so yeah, I would say that I am.
Okay.
You know, not to the point where I'm laying on top of her.
I'm not heavy.
Her body's a fever.
Listen, night sweats, hot flashes. That is the you shouldn't have married you somebody older.
Hey,
This is just a
man,
part of it.
Flame on.
It's just a part of it. All right, so we have one more question.
One more.
And I know we're running over a little bit, but I do want to get it
Hang in
because
there.
it's only one question left, and it says,
What's up,
is
Sarah?
it normal to have some jealousy in a relationship? Like, how do I deal with it without looking like what you call a tender D?
Tender dick. You know what? I think we need to be careful with the words.
Okay.
Is it normal to have some jealousy in a relationship? You don't give me anything to be jealous of, right? Like, I don't look on Facebook and you don't put something up there provocative where everybody's liking or hearting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think we got to be careful of how we're projecting.
Okay.
You know, why would I want my person to feel jealous at all?
Right.
Now, I could turn that around and say protective, right? If I see somebody, you know, at a function that's trying to push up on you, you know what I'm saying? I might be like, hey, Blair, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. But is it normal to have some jealousy? No, it's not, because I don't think jealousy should ever be something that you actually that you ever actually introduce or give cause for jealousy, right? I think you need to be very careful of how you present yourself. My wife doesn't present herself as somebody available. Now, that's in that sense of what we're talking about jealousy. Now, are we talking career? You know, who's the breadwinner, right? Is somebody getting promoted in their career faster than the other, and now you see a level of, you know, competition. You know, so we got to define what this jealousy is, right? Like, how do I deal with it without looking like you call Tinder dick? So it sounded like you're the one that's looking jealous, right? By something that's going on in the relationship. We got to get to the root foundation. What's going on and what's making you feel jealous, right? Is it interaction with other, it's a young man, is it interaction with other men in her space, right? Is it because she's excelling in her career? Is her business blossoming and yours may not be? We got to have some conversation, man, to understand why you're feeling like this. And I don't advise that you do this alone. I advise that you have a referee, a therapist, a counselor, a coach. You know, holler at us, lovejonescoaching.com. That's that kind of conversation, because you don't want to leave that bruised and battered. You want to come out of that conversation with solutions. What do we do with this, and how do we compartmentalize this? Because that could be a lot to unpack. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree with you, man. If we get to a place where there's some jealousy, we got some problems going on. One of the biggest things that I hate to hear couples looking at each other's phones.
Yeah, that's insane.
Like,
why you gonna hunt for your own pain?
Right, break your own.
You don't want to see what my group basketball crew be sending sometime, okay?
Y'all are
don't rush up in there.
Disgusted. Y'all are disgusted.
I like the little people.
but you know, I'm not a jealous person. And I of anything, you know, I'm just, that's just not my nature. But, you know, if you are feeling, to me, I always feel like jealousy and insecurity live in the same house.
Yes, same age.
Same situation. However, people need to be responsible with their person.
Absolutely.
You know, I would say, what is happening that's causing you to feel some jealousy? Is it a real thing, or is it something made up that you bringing in because of the baggage that you brought in? Right. Because a lot of times it's because somebody cheated on you, or the last person you with did you wrong, or you thought he was doing something and you're not healed. And so now you're bringing that trauma into this relationship, and you putting what that person did off on the new person. So you need to interrogate that a little bit. And so I definitely agree with you on therapy, on coaching, on mediation, things like that, so that you can get to the bottom. And there is no such thing as a little jealousy. Like, you can say that because you don't want to sound crazy, but it ain't a little. You either jealous or you're not. Right? It's not a little touch.
Nah, because now you start having a situation with this passive aggressive nature. You know, you're now doing things because you think this person is doing things. Right. Now you're opening a whole new can of worms. We gotta talk. We gotta have these hard conversations. Babe, I'm feeling some kind of way. Can I talk to you? You know, is this a good time? You know, because I need to say something. I need you to receive what I'm saying. And without that safe place first, to even be able to, first, let me go back to that. First off, if you've created a safe space to communicate, there should not even be this situation going on, right? This jealousy thing, you know, because you should always have that open door to have these conversations and nip things in the bud before they start to turn into something that shouldn't be. Don't let that seed germinate. Now you got a whole weed growing. Right. Babe,
one of the things that you expressed that a person can be jealous of, I didn't even think about. I was just thinking about, you know, of another person. But when you talked about jobs, when you talked about promotions, businesses, things like that, if you are jealous of the success of your person,
that's a bad way to be.
that's a bad way to be.
Yeah.
Because whatever success you have, we have.
Yeah,
Whatever success I have,
That's a we.
we have,
Right.
right? And so if you find yourself coveting,
that is ugly.
ugh,
That's ugly.
as
Yeah.
Kobe would say, nasty
That's
work.
nasty work.
That's nasty
Right.
work right there.
Yeah,
You
y'all-
should not be coveting
No.
your partner.
No,
at
not
all.
at all. You know, those are huge insecurities that have been masked for a time now. And now that it's, turned into the word that you chose to use, jealousy, these are internal feelings that have been there. This ain't nothing new.
Right.
All right, now it's time to really have these discussions, to really put it on the table. Now, you need to be okay with the fallout.
Yeah.
Right? Because your jealousy could have provoked a lot of other feelings from the other person
Right.
that you don't even know are there, because I doubt you've done a good job masking this.
Oh, no,
Okay.
probably not.
No. And so being that this isn't something that hadn't been observed or noticed, you need to be prepared to hear this other person. One thing is, like baby said, I indulge in her success. I get behind her and I'm like this.
Yes.
Go.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Go get
We
it.
just had
Get
that
it.
conversation this morning. If y'all hadn't checked the movie out,
Six.
no, two triple
think
eight,
it's six
six
triple
triple eight. I think it's six
The
triple
six.
eight.
The six triple.
Tyler Perry's movie.
On
we just had
Netflix.
on Netflix. We just had this conversation this morning, man. When your person is in position, it is your duty that you should be honored to get behind your person and promote the hell out of them. You need to be their biggest Don King, right? You need to be that gentleman on the side of Muhammad Ali, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee, rumble, young girl, young man, rumble, all right? You should be their biggest cheerleader,
Right.
okay? Jealousy should never be a conversation in your household pertaining to your relationship.
Right.
Okay? That's sour grapes, man. Okay? And if you're there, we need to get to the bottom of it, get some coaching in your life. Come holler at us. We would love to see you through that.
Right.
Okay? And
Right.
see you on the other side.
Absolutely.
Listen, man, this has been great discussion. I hope you guys appreciated it. Again, y'all check this out. Audacious Intimacy. We out here doing the Lord's
We
work.
out here doing the Lord's work. Oh, we have had so many good reviews.
Man.
I am so thrilled with the people who have bought this book. We had 2 calls that had me in tears, and I am not a crybaby, am I?
No.
I am not. Oh, but I was in tears because of how they were able to communicate with each
Yeah,
other.
man.
Strongholds in their relationship that were
Torn
torn
down.
down
Yes.
and broken.
Yes.
So please go to Amazon, go to lovejonescoaching.com, either one, and order Audacious Intimacy. You can get the book or you can get the ebook. I have been told
Man,
that having the book, the
it's
physical
totally
book
different.
is totally different.
Yes.
So I would say get the hard
Physical
copy,
book.
get the physical book if you can. That's lovejonescoaching.com, or you can find it on Amazon. The title is Audacious Intimacy by Corey and Mia Jones. If you would like to get some coaching, please feel free while you're on our website to schedule a consultation. We would love to talk to you.
Absolutely.
And we will not see you before Christmas. The next time we'll see you is after Christmas. So,
Yeah. And we're actually planning something.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be pretty cool.
yes.
So get ready. Trey, Mom, y'all get ready because we're going to do this in Little Rock with the family
with
next
the
week.
family next week.
So this is the first drop. They didn't know this was happening, but we want to hold family discussion. We have a beautiful family. I'm so proud to be a part of this family. It's a very loving and intimate family that shares all they got with you. And it's such an honor to be a part of that. So we're going to sit with them. We're going to talk. We're going to talk about the book. We're going to get some education from each one of those relationships and how they've been able to help grow, cultivate each other, heal each other, and get through some tough times and still be on the loving side of things. So we want to talk. We always want y'all to be involved with these conversations as well. Thank y'all for your support, your continued support, showing up on this live, share it with your friends, man.
Yeah, and please keep on sending us questions because
Yes.
this was actually really, really fun.
Yes.
So if you have a question, please hit us in our inbox. You can email us at info@lovejonescoaching.com. Send your questions there. Y'all, please take this holiday season to connect with your family, connect with your chosen family or
Right.
your born-in family. Love on the people that love on you. Safe travels if you are traveling. Baby, thank you for giving me the best year ever. I love you so much. So I want you to have a Merry Christmas too. And Merry Christmas to you guys too.
2024 owes me
Nothing. All right, y'all.
We out of here.
Bye.
Peace.
I'm gonna beat you to it. Look, one, boom.
Boom.